What is up guys, and welcome for a new video for Godfall. For today's build, we're having a look at Typhon. Now, I was going to make a build on Bulwark next, but Typhon was really fun to play when I was testing him, so I decided to flesh his build out first. Typhon can dish out some really powerful attacks, and he can do it pretty consistently as well. He received some of the flashiest shards in the latest Exalted update. If you guys enjoyed the video, a like would be really appreciated. If you guys would like to see more of my builds, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. With that, let's get right into the build. Alrighty, so Typhon is all about inflicting chill to everything around you. Now chill is not the strongest element of the game by any means. Its ability to slow down enemies is mostly what it's best used for. But the recent shards Typhon received really make chill super strong, not only for damage but also for its ability. So the first shard we use on her is the blizzard technique. This shard allows our charged shield throws to create a blizzard that will do water damage to nearby enemies every second. The blizzard will be created at the location of the enemy it hits, and every enemy that is within the range of the blizzard will get inflicted with chill and be slowed down. This shard will do really good damage if you are in Lightbringer or Cinder towers. In the Exalted towers however, it is best used to slow down the enemies. Chill being able to slow even mid-boss's movement and attack speed is really useful. For the second and the most powerful shard for Typhon is the Frost Shield. Now this shard was a bit tricky to use. 28% of your shield damage will be stored in your Vengeance meter, and it can store a maximum of 45,000 damage. Then upon using your Petrifying Slam, you will release all the stored damage in the form of icy spikes in a straight line. The spikes will deal bonus breach damage, inflict chill and knock down the enemies. It is with this shard we are able to do the crazy damage. We will be focusing on getting a lot of water damage, and this shard will benefit from all your water damage bonuses. And remember, the harder we hit the enemies with an attack, the stronger the element ticks will be as well. Now unlike Phoenix, who has a similar shard, this one cannot be used as easily as her. Typhon has to deal shield damage to store power in her Vengeance meter, whereas Phoenix gets the easy route in storing the ignite damage. Shields are not the strongest. Even if you go fully into Spirit Augments and gear, your shield damage won't be nearly as strong to fully refill your Vengeance meter really fast. What does work is consuming. Consuming with your shield will count towards damage dealt with your shield and will refill your Vengeance meter near instantly. What I really like is consuming with the shield bash. In the Exalted update, we did get a buff to the shield bash skill. It can now consume elements if you get full level 5 in the element skill. With that, let's look at all the weapons and gear pieces that work best with this build. The best weapon as always will be the Dragon Coil. This sword works best as of course we want to use our shield attacks a lot, so recharging them with critical hits is the best. Having a primal version will be even better to use. This longsword comes as an epic weapon which can be upgraded to a legendary. For the secondary weapon we have another longsword, Shard of the Creation. We will be consuming and need a lot of water damage. This sword is an absolute gem to use. We use this sword just to get the bonus water damage when we need it, and then we switch back to our Dragon Coil to get our shield charge back, to unleash all those devastating attacks. The higher your water damage will be, the stronger your Frost Shield shard will hit, as well as your blizzards will do greater damage per second. This item drops as a cursed weapon, which you will need to release the curses to awaken it. This weapon can only be found from Lightbringer. Make sure at least on your main Dragon Coil you have crit chance. For the secondary weapon it doesn't really matter. For the amulet we use the Pendant of Delivers. This will make our consume really strong even when we are just using our shield bash. Kite can also be a good amulet to use to get our shield charge back really quickly. Use this if you are planning to run the build without the Dragon Coil, or if you want to just main the Shard of Creation longsword. For the charm we use the Mater's Staff for faster weapon tech charge as well as applying the Mark of Fragility. If you don't have the DLC expansion and can't get this item, then you can just use the Lance Talisman, it will do just as well. For the rings we first use the Eye of the Dragon. We use this mostly to stack up on all our resistances as well as getting our weapon techniques to inflict elements. For the second ring you have a lot of options. You can use the Mark of the Red Armorer if you want a bit more overhealth gain. You can use the Heavenly Reversal if you want to have your explosive waves to consume elements and get more use on your Frost Shield shard. Or you can use what I have, which is the Alabaster's Ring, which will just flatly increase your water damage. Water damage will boost the effects of both your Frost Shield shard as well as your Blizzard Technique shard, so you can choose whichever that works best for you. For the Lifestone we use the Entropic Moondrop for more water damage, and for the banner we use the Plague Pennant to get greater ailment power. Now let's look at the augments. We don't need a lot of might augments as this build is totally focused on ailment power and duration, so we can get the maximum damage we can from consume. So for the first might augment we get is focus. just to gain a little bit of our health with every critical hit. Then for the second Might Augment we get Paradise, for a good bit of weapon tech charge speed on critical hits. For the Spirit Augments we get Enchanted Tear, this will greatly increase our chill duration. Chill already has a really long duration, and extending this even further is just insane. We use Adore to get added shield damage from adjacent Spirit Augments. It's not a lot, but it's still good to get. For the last Spirit Augment we have Sleepless Eye. This will greatly increase the damage of our shields with every consecutive hits. The Vitality Augments are the important ones. Firstly we get Void Shell. This will be our main healing item. This will give us a good amount of overhealth with each critical hit. We then have Force Barrier, just so we can tank some of the enemy's attacks when we are above 50% overhealth. The final two augments are the important ones. We use Glamour and Rift. Both of these augments will give us bonus damage per element on the enemy. In our case, it will give us almost 130 to 150,000 bonus water damage if the enemy is inflicted with at least one element. To get the most of these two augments and the shards we are using, we will always start our combo with our weapon techniques to inflict the enemies with chill first, and then we will use our Frost Shield to get the bonus water damage added into the attack. Once again, the higher our water damage will be, the stronger our Petrifying Slam will hit. Here you can see the difference in the damage. Using the Petrifying Slam to start off the combo, and comparing that to using the Petrifying Slam after weapon technique, it's totally different. You can clearly see the difference in damage. Getting that bonus damage from both Glamour and Rift, and then using your Slam makes for such a stronger attack overall. On all of your augments, make sure to have a good amount of element power and element duration. This will maximize the damage with this build. And then a few augments add in water damage as well. Here is a look at the skill tree. Make sure to get all your shield attacks. Petrifying Slam, Shield Bash, Explosive Wave are all amazing skills to get. In order to use the Blizzard technique, you will need to get level 3 in Shield Prime to get access to the Charged Shield Throw. Without this skill you cannot use the Shard. Get level 5 in Elements if you're wanting to use Consume. Everything else is pretty much standard. Here is a look at the Ascension powers and the stat sheet. That is it for the build, guys. This build is super strong, not only for the really high consume damage that it does, but also for the fact that the Exalted towers you're able to slow down the movements of every single enemy. It makes it a lot easier to fight the mid-bosses and enemies when they are not all jumping on you at once. You don't even need to use consume for this build if you don't want to. The damage from the elements will kill just about anything, but it will just take a while to do so. Chill has a very long duration. The reason why we use consume is so we can use the Frost Shield more often. Using your Shield Bash to consume will fill up your Vengeance meter instantly. This way you can keep using your Frost Shield as much as you want. Using the Blizzard is the best way to get all the enemies off you. It can slow down even mid-bosses, making you easily get out of trouble to deal really high damage without having to worry about being attacked by all the mobs. The best combo for this build is to always start off with the weapon techniques, just to inflict them with chill and to get the large bonus from Glamour and Rift, and then use your Petrifying Slam to hit them really hard for the Frost Shield, making them take a tremendous amount of element damage. Then you can easily just use your Shield Bash to consume all that damage. The Shield Bash will not only consume the elements, will also refill your Vengeance meter as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the build. The damage is totally crazy, and for a chilled shield build, I was surprised that it did so much damage. What do you guys think? Are you guys liking all the flashy shards Typhon received? Comment down below. I would love to hear from you all. I will catch you all next time.